Alright, welcome to the Comic Book ASM Artist. I'm doing a live stream here. I'm going to try to do these about once every week, usually on Thursday, for about an hour. And I'm just here for you guys, Q&A type situation. I will keep it open for an hour, so, people come and go. About 10 minutes in, we'll be going into this package here that I got. And yeah, I've got books or whatever here, so if you have a question, let me have it. I'll be glad to answer. If not, I'm just going to stay on and be available for you guys and for whatever you want to ask me. So, and then tomorrow is when I get paid, so then I will be able to buy my books. And then Saturday, of course, will be my haul videos, which are the main ones you guys watch. I was curious if any of you guys had seen my reading of the short story from the 100-page Batman giant that came out from Walmart or not. The formatting of that one is how I've always wanted to do my readings originally. I haven't read the new Superman one. No, I basically I found it on a site. I want to disclose the site because I always want to encourage you guys to buy the products, and I buy my own products as well. But unfortunately, you can't buy everything. But I always try to support the industry whenever. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Marco. But yeah, I always try to support my local shop. So, but this is one of those things like the book is sold out everywhere, and I'm sure everyone was curious about that Batman story and the Superman one. I'm trying to remember the other ones. I think there's one for the Teen Titans, and there's four of them. I'm trying to remember what the other is. Younger Justice League, maybe. I can't remember, but they only had the Batman one on there. They're probably having difficulty trying to find the books and loading them on the site as well, I would imagine. So, but I'm gonna keep my eyes open for it, and hopefully either I'll find it or hello, Mango Bed. What's up, Keem? Oh, what up, Keem? Is Keem on here? Oh, he is. Yeah, I haven't heard from Keem in forever, man. How the heck have you been? I missed your. You did a live stream like 3 months ago, and I commented on it, and then I just haven't heard from you in forever. So I've definitely missed you. So if you're wondering, you're good. That's good. Um, yeah, but I don't know. Have you guys seen any of those 100-page giants in your WalMarts at all, or is there even WalMarts near you, or I don't know. So. It's all good. Yeah. Well, we all have stuff we've got going on and different things, and but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're able to make it to the stream. And then apparently GameStop's gonna start carrying Marvel books, I guess. Cool. Have you seen those 100-page books though? There, Keem. I know too. Even before they started making the news with this one at my Walmart, they did have. It was a giant magazine too, but they didn't have a 12-page short story in there. But they would just reprint random miscellaneous. I think all of them were rebirth titles, so this one is more spread out. And what they've done is it's like a sampler, and there's like ads for the full collections of the books if you're able to find them, and then there's like an ad for the website, the comicshoplocator.com, to find a store in your area if you plug in the zip code. So they are definitely trying to still get foot traffic to comic shops. It's not just like it's at Walmart and that's it. But I don't know. The dynamic is so different for selling comics now. Like a lot of it goes to like price point. A lot of it goes to visibility. And even so, I'm even. Yeah, yeah. We had some of them were random rebirth stuff and things like that. But even with the GameStop thing, I hear people complaining like, "Oh, all the books are gonna be all beat up or whatever." And it's like, well, whenever we got off spinner racks when we were kids, like they weren't all in pristine shape. The major thing was just being able to go into a shop and find a comic book. Nice. Are you reading like the big IDW one where it's like 20, like the first 25 issues of it or not? Oh, and is it the like the new Turtles IDW, or is it like the Eastman and Laird? Because I have those. I have the first. I have the Works number 1 with Eastman, and then I have I think number 3, and then I'm missing 2 and 4 and 5, I think, or I have 4 and I'm missing. Yeah, I'm missing 2, 3. Okay, yeah, I love the new Turtles. That, as I've said on my last one, that is my favorite monthly ongoing series. So I have not read Batman 50 yet, but the news spoiled it and everyone else spoiled it, so I think it sucks. I think we were all ready for at least something. We know like they weren't going to stay together, but the fact like they had like the 5-part miniseries that ramped up to, the wedding and all that, and then just to have it fall flat, like I thought that was pretty bogus. So, but King says, "Oh, my run in the series isn't done. It's probably still going to happen." So I don't know. I wish they would have pulled the trigger on it. And then apparently, like the whole Kitty Pryde and Colossus thing, same sort of thing. Yeah, I know they had like a lot of one-page various artists doing work in there. Pretty much anyone, mostly who had worked on Batman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you have the fact that they have the 12-page or original story mixed in with the reprints. Though I think that was the main thing that caused a lot of speculators to grab the book, is because, oh, that's the only place you're gonna find that story by Tom King or Bendis. At least those are coming. The one Batman one that was I'm trying to remember who did the story on that, but it wasn't one of the big people yet. That doesn't come till issue 3 of Batman is going to be a Bendis one. And then I'm not sure about the Tom King one, but I don't think it was the first issue, but I don't remember. But I know the Bendis one is going to be number 3 is going to be his first take on Batman. So, but I can't imagine that they are going to just let it be in that magazine. DC likes to milk all their stories, so I can imagine it'll be in a collection at some point. But they're definitely trying to drive up interest by like, oh, there's a 12-page, original thing in there like that. I think that was a lot of where this became such big news because, like I said, at my Walmart, like they still had like a bundled magazine there, but it just didn't have that original content in there, and so like no one cared. And then suddenly, they put in those original stories, and then it was on all the comic sites talking about it. So I don't know. But I think it's a cool concept, and the fact that it's only $5 for each one, that's pretty cool considering, it's like $4 for like 22 pages. Yeah, I'm really excited about the DC Black Label stuff. The first one is, I think it's Batman Damned is what it's called. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm definitely big on the reading thing too, because it's one of those things like it's not huge on the resale market for stuff. Every now and then you'll get like a book or a series that will do okay, but you're not gonna have like an Action Comics type of situation on your hands with any modern books. And I mean, half of the reason those are so valuable, their first appearances and stuff, but plus two, all those original books, most of them were destroyed. Like a lot of the comics even had like on the back of the ads were like, "Hey, help our troops by donating your paper for the war efforts." So these impressionable kids were reading these books like, "I'm gonna help our heroes, the army overseas," and they would literally just bundle all their comics and throw them in the driveway and help the troops. And in short, yeah, all the books disappeared. So, or you had people who just pitched them. Yeah, that's true, and that was the whole thing too. Like when you look at the whole '90s burst, you had all those highly sold books. Like top three was X-Men #1 by Jim Lee, Spider-Man #1 by Todd McFarlane, and then the X Force by Liefeld. Those were like the top three books, and each of those sold multiple millions of copies. Because people saw those #1s, and they had dollar signs in their eye, and they're like, these are the popular artists. This book is what's big. So they were buying multiple copies of it, and thinking that they were sitting on gold when they printed a million of them. So that they ended up not being rare at all because everyone bought them. So yeah. And now you look and there's like 20 variant covers of everything. So it's like it's the same type of thing, only it's on a smaller scale. And I never thought about the fact that they don't need to sell as many books anymore because the cover price is so large. They don't need to sell a million copies to pull in big numbers. Like they definitely would like it if they would, hit those McFarlane and X-Men and all that. When those books came out, they love to hit those numbers on the new books, but they don't have to because they're priced so high. Like those books are like $2, or I don't even remember the price points, but they definitely weren't like $4 a piece. So they have less of a demand to try to meet that quota because the books are so expensive. So, but yeah, and there's a lot of factors, and then the fact that now you can just pretty much wait for reprints and all that, and it's just a different climate now than it was. I mean, I would love to have comics in spinner racks all over the place again. That's just nostalgia, from the childhood and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not going to happen. Not to how it was. Yeah, me too. Like there's so much content, and it's very hard. Like there's even stuff now. It's like, oh, I wish I could get it, but you're always at the mercy of what you can find, and how much you can afford. So, but I'm trying to do something positive to the industry to provide samplers for you guys, make you guys aware of titles, so you can go check them out and stuff. And like I said, I did find a good site online, but I am not wont to give out where I found it or whatever, just because like it's not on the up and up and everything, and it's not good to pull money from the industry if you can help it. So hopefully with the videos I make is kind of helpful enough where you can get some exposure to it. And that's the thing too, like I'm open to whatever suggestions of readings you guys have. Like I make my content for you guys, and my hauls are definitely my biggest sellers, or my biggest views rather. But if you want to see me just read something random, I'll definitely try to find it and throw it up on the channel. So yeah, Doomsday Clock is bi-monthly right now. So, and it was monthly, and then they stretched it out. But I'll probably be reading Doomsday Clock on the channel. I'm not sure, because it's hard for me to any like my number ones always get bigger views than anything else. So like you'll have a huge start, and then the number just falls, and it's hard. Like I try to gauge what you guys would like, but if you let me know directly, then I can literally customize that content for you and just share it with people and grow the channel. We are almost at 500 now. We're a little over 50 shy of the 500 for the giveaway of the Clayton Crane signed War Machine Punisher giant marketing poster I have. So did miss a comment there, but once we hit 500, we will be having that. Yeah, I'm enjoying the Doomsday Clock one. It has its moments. I think everyone wants to see more interaction between the Watchmen and the rest of the DC universe. I think it will happen, but I think they're still trying to establish stuff. No, not for 5 years. Now, usually they print a trade. It's usually a month or so after the event wraps, typically, and then you'll see a trade within a month or so after that. So that's just because DC is actually smarter, I guess, with their collected stuff than Marvel. Marvel, it seems like they'll put the trade out like not even a month after the whole arc is wrapped. I've been surprised. Like there are times where something is literally just finished, and I don't even realize it's a trade yet, and it's already on the shelf. But I know DC tries to make it where they encourage the people to buy the floppies, because they're like, oh well, you got to wait an extra 2 months if you want to, get the full thing like that. So they do consider that when they're putting their stuff out. So, and then I'm sure like all the Black Label books too, those would be trades too. I know with Sean and Gordon Murphy's White Knight, like it's going to be a trade here. Yeah, to my understanding, I mean, I don't typically. I know for me, like with my own book that I'm working on publishing, like it's like a 2 week turnaround. But they have bigger volume, but I'm sure they're using a bigger press too. So there's probably some. It's probably like a 2 week process for them to get it to the printers. But plus two, like after the floppies have come out, like they already have all of the they have all the files to just hit whatever buttons and get this stuff in the machines. Yeah, I think DC is. I enjoy DC a lot more than Marvel right now. Marvel keeps throwing stuff at the wall, trying to figure out what's going on, and it bums me out because I definitely like a lot of Marvel characters. I actually used to spend like 4 times as much money with Marvel as DC, and then stuff just they switched everything around, and I wasn't a fan of it when it happened. So for the longest time, I was collecting like all the X-Men books, all the Avengers books, new X-Men, literally everything. All of the solo Avengers stuff like Thor and Iron Man and Hulk and Captain America. Let's see. Yeah, definitely event fatigue is sudden as well. Like when it started, it was amazing. Like I mean, you can go back to like those first, I would say maybe even the first 5 or so Marvel big events were huge. Like Civil War was amazing. Secret Invasion was pretty cool concept. But I know it was officially done right after X Men versus Avengers, and like even before that, they had like a brief crossover event with Cable. I'm trying to remember what the heck it was called. I think it was like a Cable Extinction or something. I can't even remember. Yeah, Hawkman looks really good, but it's one of those things like, oh, I've already got so many titles. And then I know of Venom is supposed to be really good from what I hear, so and that's what I'm contemplating picking up. Um, Catwoman #1 I heard was really good, so yeah, a lot of I've been hearing quite a few recent ones that are really good. I don't know about this series Isola or not, but I think that one, from what I hear, is pretty positive as well. But I know nothing of it. I think it's just like some sort of weird like alien island, something removed from society. Yes, thing. I'm sure a lot of you guys already got your books. I'm just like, oh, I can't talk about anything brand new, but it's okay. Like these are really for me to field questions and just kind of be here for you guys and have this be where you get to see the normal me, where it's not the relaxed stuff that not everyone in here is into. So I try to have a fair balance where everyone's not weirded out too much. This is my daughter Violet. She's my baby. I try to have a good mixture of stuff. So that's why you don't see a lot of the more intense ASMR type of stuff on my channel. It's just whispering and reading. Really, I don't do like a lot of the other stranger stuff. Oh, Mike Marco says, "What up, Violet?" And then Mango Bed says, "Violet as well." You're so popular. That rice cake smells horrible, by the way. All right, what are we looking at on time here? I did promise we wanted to, and here's Evan. Here, you can get your head in the shot if you want. There's Evan. I think, yeah, we're 18 in, so, okay, move your head. Here, watch your thing. I'm gonna. So, yeah, I got a story behind this package, actually. So, about 3 months ago, on Facebook, there's a group on there. They're called Comic Monster, the Comic Monster. And they had a contest where, like, the first 10 people to comment on this post, who are you the most excited to meet at Ace Comic Con, we will send you a t-shirt and then take a picture, a selfie in the shirt, post it on our page, and we will ship you out a signed and graded book. So first they sent out the shirt. So this is, and it's reversed. Like, I don't know why they can't seem to YouTube live on my phone. For some reason I can't flip the image. But
I'm never into books.
yeah. So this right here was the result of that. And apparently I'm the only one who actually, out of the 10 people, I'm the only one who successfully got the shirt and posted the selfie and all
Box
that. But,
in a box.
okay. So they do have on the and as you can see, like, this is packaged really well too. So like they put a box inside the box, and then it's wrapped inside of here. And this is actually my first of this type of thing, so I think it's pretty cool. And right now I'm too. If can you guys feel a little bit? if you go on Facebook and you find the Comic Monster page, they're actually giving away more of these too. They've got a couple contests up, and it's if you post selfies at different movies. There's one for if you post at the Ant-Man screening, and then I think a couple others.
Can I help them?
So there's still plenty of chances to win one of these yourself if you're interested in it.
Pop, pop.
Go out with it. And yeah, that was bubble wrapped, and then there's another mailer inside of it. And they actually shipped these much sooner than I thought they would. It was like 2 days after the event, and they shipped it out too. And then there's another mailer inside that one.
I want a tattoo.
It's not a tattoo, baby.
What is it?
It's a business card.
I want a business card.
Alrighty.
Oh my
The for Daredevil on a Netflix show. Evan, can you not do that, buddy? And there's his signature right there. I don't know if you can make it out really well. I'm not a huge fan of this cover, and it's hard to see the signature there. But it is still cool. It is, like I said, it's my first CGC, and it is a pretty cool signature, and it's authenticated. So, I mean, this is like a $200 item that I got for free. So, and like I said, if you want to get your own Comic Monster, and they're on Facebook, and what they do, their company, they have, and there's the contact stuff there. But if you go on their Facebook group, they have where they go to events all the time. It's basically like a guy who has an inn. Yeah, I might, because it's my first one, so I don't know if I'll flip it or not. But they have, I mean, they're always meeting people, so it's like on their thing, they have
God.
like.
You want me to say you something?
No, baby. They have signed stuff from like Ben Affleck. They have like Gal Gadot things. They have a lot of like the celebrity superhero books signed, and they have stuff from like they have recent Venom books signed by Todd McFarlane. They got all sorts of stuff. So they're always doing these shows, and yeah. So it's like if you can't make it out to, and they literally everything they mail you, they get it slabbed and authenticated. So it's a pretty good investment because like when you go to the conventions, like I do all the time, it's like you get to meet the people. Violet, can you get out? Go.
No.
So yeah, you get to meet the people, but the signatures aren't authenticated unless you want to spend way extra
Not
on it.
going, Daddy.
Go.
No.
Gotta be quiet then. But you got to get everything authenticated, so you have to spend. I don't even know what you have to spend. It's like an extra $50 or something, or So it's not ideal, but this literally everything is included. So I think the lowest stuff I saw was around under 100. I've seen stuff get higher in price, but like I said, if it's slabbed, I think it's at least $50 to slab something. I could be wrong. But it's not something I ever do because I can, barely afford to just buy an extra book or two. So, but it's pretty cool because I got it for free, and I looked around, and it's one of those things. It's like a $200 book. So, but yeah, I should have about 15 other books coming in from my shop. So. And I'm trying to remember what I have coming. But, I mean, you guys will see it. I don't want to spoil stuff either. And I also got some more trades over, usually every Tuesday. I hit up my local half-price books and get really good deals on their trades that they have there. So. And then, well, this one's hot, Violet. But get really good deals on their trades, and actually, the metal soundtrack. Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't actually like physically heard it, but I know that they put one out. That's gonna make noise we don't want to have going right now. I know. Well, this room needs to be warm. We can't turn on the fan right now. It's gonna be loud. So, yeah, and I'm trying to remember what else. And then actually, this last Tuesday when I tried to pay, there's basically There's like a scratch on the strip on the back of my card, so it actually wouldn't read it. So I had to run into a Safeway and use the chip reader on it to buy some gum and pull out money from them. Yeah, that's so strange. Like I said, I know of it, but I mean, is it by actual like regular artists or is it just like themed rock music? Like, I'm not really sure. I know for the image book Rock Stars, that Joe Harris actually puts together a playlist for each issue, and I think you can listen to it on Spotify. So that's pretty interesting because you don't typically get a soundtrack for your comics. So, but I don't know. Oh yeah, like did you know of who exactly? In this moment, I don't know of them. So, but if you do, that's awesome. I'm sure it's good stuff. I know Capullo and Snyder are pretty awesome guys. So I trust their taste, and I think it's all part of their genius behind it. Don't do that. And then I don't know if you guys know too. Scott Snyder actually has a YouTube channel now too, and he's been like showing off like the first page of all of the new Justice League books before they like come out. Yeah, see, I guess I'm just not in the know of any of these people, so. But if you do, that's good. But yeah, Snyder has been given sneak peeks. Yeah, see, I guess I'm just behind on the metal scene. I don't know these people. I mean, I like the sound. There's very few genres that I don't like. Oh yeah, of course, the Busiek, Perez run. You're talking about the stuff from '97, right? I'm trying to remember what that arc was called. I remember like in the Wizard magazine they had like ads about it and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I think it was '96 or something. I'm trying to remember. Can you stop, Violet? Go. But I vaguely remember it, but and then that was around the time when like the Spider-Man identity crisis was going on and 20. Now I know 21 Pilots, but they're I don't even consider them metal. So go. But I know they did a song on the Suicide Squad movie. I know them too. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad I know some of these. I don't feel so embarrassed now. So. Yeah, I get excited about older music maybe because I'm getting older. So I don't know. It's sad, but it happens. It's really weird. I know Muse. Yeah. So maybe they did like a 50-50 split. Who's Dr. Dre? No, I'm surprised. So this is on the Metal soundtrack. They have a Dr. Dre song. Eminem too. That's really interesting. Well, now I'm gonna have to dig more into this. Yeah, those guys definitely are metal, but that is interesting. I'll have to look more into it. It is. Oh, what else? What have you guys been getting? Well, yeah. I think are any of you waiting to get money like I am to buy my new books? And I get paid every 2 weeks too, so I see people post things. I'm just like, oh, I gotta wait 2 extra weeks. What I should try to do is I should try to save a little bit where I can actually get them on Wednesday and do things. But I don't know because that's part of the thing too. I think the fact that my haul video comes out, it's delayed, so it's like there's no other game in town. It's like okay, it's Saturday. No one's posting comic haul videos on Saturday, so that might be part of the reason why. I'm not sure. Hauls are kind of interesting. I think everyone always appreciates seeing what everyone gets, but then everyone gets like the same type of thing. So, but it's the most popular stuff that you guys enjoy. So I mean, I keep doing them. I have a lot of like random art books and stuff too. I might start to do things with those. I don't know. I could be. I have like tons of adult coloring book type of stuff. I could do like videos with those and things. But I don't know. Like I said, I try to keep it pretty basic, and I mean, I try to customize it to you guys. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you enjoy them and you find them relaxing. I mean, that's the whole thrust of the channel, you know. And this is very niche as it is. You know, there's really only just the two other guys who are doing it. Oh, Mastodon. Yeah, I've heard of them, but I've never heard anything by them. But I do know who they are. Oh, really? I don't even know who Kate Shortland is. What has she previously worked on? And have they divulged any details, like timeline or anything? I know, Bueller. Oh, Comics with Bueller's in here. I know of you. Everyone loves Bueller, right? Now, is that inspired by Ferris Bueller? Because I love that movie. It's a classic. Oh, okay. So I would have no clue then. Yeah, I know he has a YouTube. I'm trying to remember it. He recently reached a milestone, I believe. He gets a lot of traffic. That's hard because like for this side of the interweb, you know, like definitely, I'd say it's still 50-50. Like people are here for the comics and some are here for the ASMR, and some are wondering about the other side of each thing. That's good. You don't have your own wrecked Mustang in your backyard, do you? I can't imagine you would. That's such a good. I don't think I've showed it to my kids yet, though. That's such a good movie. But
What?
they all might be just a little bit too young still.
What?
But that's the thing. Then it'll just get older as they get older. So I don't know if they'll appreciate it or not. We're slowly making our way through old movies, though. That's the fun thing with having kids is being able to share things you enjoyed with them.
Like when we have to watch Wonder Woman.
Yep, at some point.
Daddy?
Yeah, we just watched Justice League on Tuesday, I want to say, and
No,
I mean,
it's yesterday.
it wasn't yesterday. I've owned it digitally for like, oh Andrew, and we've owned it digitally since before it was even on DVD, but yeah, for some reason we couldn't find time to sit down and watch it together, and I wanted to watch it with everyone, but so we checked it out yesterday, or not yesterday, but I think it was Tuesday, and it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't super amazing, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. I would say easily my favorite parts are the Superman parts. I liked the opening part with them with their little camera asking them questions. I thought that was really fun. When the kid asks them if he fought a hippo. But I loved the very end bonus scene. Like I want to see more because of that scene. I didn't even expect to have that feeling after watching that movie, but that scene, I don't know if everyone's seen it. I don't want to spoil that for you guys if you haven't or not, but if you stay through all the credits, the very last scene is really good, and I would say it creates a desire to want to see another movie. Yeah. And yeah, I guess the whole thing with Ben Affleck's up in the air about coming back to Batman and stuff, and they have all of these side projects they're trying to do. They want to have a universe on their hands, but they're in so many different directions. I mean, I want them to do well too. You know, I love those characters. I love pretty much as many. Yes, yeah, the Justice League movie. I want them to do well. You know, it's. I don't. I don't want to be in the camp where I'm just like, oh, this one sucks or that one doesn't. You know, but And Marvel just seems to have the secret formula right now, and then whenever DC does try to do some of that, then people are, they come on them and say, well, it's too cheesy or whatever. It's just like, well, they've been doing comedic stuff in quite a few Marvel movies, and they're just like, oh, it doesn't work. I don't know, because it's already established as being so dark, but it's like, well, they're trying to provide some levity to it, but no one wants to have it, so I don't know. But I enjoy all stuff. Like I said before, like for me, I'm just appreciative whenever I see the attempt to try to convey things that have been just drawn before. Sometimes, it's frustrating when you see people who end up cosplaying the characters better than they come across in the movie, so. But they always try to factor in what's believable, I guess, but. I'm excited that Captain America's next suit will finally have like the actual scales on it. Yeah, they are. Like I said, I could remember back in the day, with like the CBS Spider-Man show where he was just like throwing a bundle of ropes out of his hand, and the camera was just like shot on the floor of him crawling up the wall, and you could see like his eye holes through his silver little spider eyes and stuff. Yeah, Ferrigno was good though. I think like Ferrigno still kind of holds up. But I mean, if you look at like the Spider-Man stuff, it's definitely yes.
If you like turn the camera while he's on the ground, it kind of looks like he's climbing.
Yep, that's how they did it. Yeah, I liked it too, and that I mean, like, I set my bar low because everyone had ran it through the mud so much. But I don't think it was as bad as everyone made it out to be. I said it wasn't like groundbreaking, but that's the bummer. They had DC has some of, especially those characters. Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Those are some of the most recognizable comic book characters ever, and they had difficulty selling that. And that's surprising. But the Marvel universe, they started off with, and I mean, if you're reading the Marvel books, like, everyone said, oh, they had the C-list team, but I mean, if you read the Marvel
Are
universe,
people
like,
talking to you?
yeah, through the chat here, but like, if you're reading the Marvel books, like, Iron Man is not a C-list character, Captain America is definitely not a C-list character, like, they weren't household names. But I think that's the main thing. Everyone's like, oh, they put all these characters no one really knew about, and made the successful universe out of them. Like the characters were always good and amazing and established, but they weren't huge onto you couldn't see them all over lunchboxes all
I
the time
sprained
type
my
of thing. Like
ankle.
say Spider-Man and Hulk were probably like the household names, followed by Wolverine pretty much.
I sprained my ankle.
I'm sorry, buddy. But I mean, those characters are great characters. They have a lot of good stuff going for them. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Like, DC has some of the greatest characters in the world. I feel, but it's challenging for them to write for them because they are so incredible. They have so many powerful heroes, so they have to they have the threats they have to have to match those characters. Just leave it there. To match those characters have to be pretty severe. So it's like, there's only so many megalomaniacs you can fight. There's only so many god threats, and even like, you watch Wonder Woman and it's like, oh, here's a god threat, and then you watch Justice League, here's another god threat. It's like, how many god threats can you have? And then the complete opposite of that is you have all the street level villains, themed villains for Batman, and everyone loves those guys, even though they're not super powerful. Like they're so visually distinctive and interesting that it draws you in. So, and I like Spider-Man's villains a lot too. He has a lot of interesting. Yeah, I think it's the '80s one coming out. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do with that. Apparently, Steve Trevor is still gonna be in it too, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. I don't know particularly why they would choose the '80s. I mean, in the period in the comics, like that was the whole. I want to say Perez was doing Wonder Woman in the '80s, so I can imagine they will have pretty big inspiration from that. And what's funny is back in the day, I actually did have that whenever they relaunched that. Yeah, I think it is the same director. Whenever they relaunched Wonder Woman, I had that number one. But at the time, I didn't know much about it, so I didn't appreciate it. And unfortunately, I don't have any of the stuff I had then. But I remember I gave that to one of my female friends in high school at the time because she saw it in my stack of books that someone had sold me at school, and just like, oh, if you want this, you can have it, you know. Yeah, Andrew, or rather George Miller. Yeah,
Did you touch the
I
TV?
I hear a lot of good things about
Daddy?
what he wanted to set up, and that's
Dad.
unfortunate. I didn't do anything to it, Evan. But I mean, who knows? Is it possible for them to even go back to that at all, or is it just totally off the table? Because I can imagine there's probably a soured relationship between them, because he put in so much work. Yes, it's the same director on Wonder Woman. I think she got paid more too, since that movie did so well. I think everyone met some added benefits from it.
I wish I
Oh, well, I thought you were saying that. I know they were saying, well, Wonder Woman's going to be directed by the same director. That's the sequel to that. So that's what I thought you were asking about.
Get out here. I said in the video.
So how do you guys? I mean, what's you all's favorite heroes? And is there a certain period you want to see stuff from? Like if like '60s Spider-Man, or I don't know, whatever. If you have any of that, like that can kind of help me compile things as well. So, or do you want to see brand new, different stuff, or I don't know. Like I said, I want to make this stuff for you guys. It's to engage you. I have probably like 9 short boxes of books here, and then like I said, I found that other database of pretty much everything. So I have the unlimited resources, and I'm definitely gonna do more. Don't do that. More screen capture type videos.
There it is.
No, don't be doing that right now. Evan, we got like 15 minutes, buddy. And not right now. But yeah, we've got plenty of stuff here, and like I said, I want to show off more art book type of things as well. But it's hard to gauge it. So, but the hauls obviously aren't going anywhere. I'd like to do more drawing videos, and I will be doing. Don't do that. I will be doing an Indiegogo for my own book here soon, so you guys will hear about that. So it literally just needs to go to the printer. So I've had it finished for a while. So no one wants to tell me who their favorite heroes are, huh? All right. Yeah. Well, I've already read all these. But
I'm gonna go to Jaden's tonight for a barbecue.
okay, we'll go to Jaden's. You can go right now.
Okay.
No, no, I'm kidding. I'm just.
Dad.
Evan.
Please.
Yeah, I think I got everything already here.
Please.
I have talked a little bit about it. I mean, I can show you. I don't want to spoil the new stuff too much.
Ow.
Because, I obviously want there to be a draw for the book. Hold on, Evan. But, no. So, this is like, I made the character up when I was 4 years old. And he was, he was inspired by what was going on at the time, more or less the 1989 Batman.
Don't spoil your
the,
bull
I'm
book.
I'm not spoiling anything. But, so this is my drawing when I was 7 of the bull.
On the back, on the back.
Shh, I'm not showing them that. It's too close. And then everything I have in here is each grade. This was like 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade. So, and yeah, a lot of it has changed. I mean,
those are comics.
yeah, I made them when I was little. But like he's still visually very similar, but now it's very much a family story. Before it was just about him doing his thing. But I unfortunately lost both of my parents. My dad died the day before Thanksgiving of 1999, and my mom passed away a month after my first kid was born. So the story now is heavily inspired and influenced by, for me, the importance of family, the importance my parents had on me. Yep, the bull, exactly. And I want to convey, that family dynamic in the book, and I want to draw on, inspiration from that '90s period. The crux of it now is, it's an ordinary kid in a suit who loves Evan. Don't make that much noise. Who loves to do good deeds, and he's very much inspired by the golden rule of treating others how you want to be treated. The book is meant. The enemy in my original arc is called the Mask. At this point, I really just want
You just
to
referenced
focus
that from the
on.
movie, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Wait, so you're going to be selling those?
Not these ones. No. Well, I might collect these as like on a bonus tier, just reprinting these all in one big book as
That's
well.
making merch.
Evan? Yeah, I'm gonna have a T-shirt be a tier 2 of just like the bull logo. Evan, we can't have competing voices here, buddy. But yeah, so I mean, I'll have that going, and I really want to focus on like the element of the character himself first before I delve into like villains and stuff like that. It's very much in the vein of a kid reading it and just wanting to literally go out and help and want to do good deeds type of thing. So thank you so much, Mango. I appreciate that. So it's very hard, like especially in the modern era, to have a book you can read and pass off to your kids, and your kids can be inspired by it. Like I enjoy a lot of the cool stories that are out. Like there's been a lot of really good writing for like Batman and stuff like that. But it's like these kids here, like they inspire me. So it's like I can't pass off a Batman arc that the hook of the book is, oh, let's see what happens when the Joker cuts his face off. Like I can't hand that to my 10-year-old kid. That's a little too dark. Even though it's interesting to me as an adult, like I don't feel good about handing that off to my kids. So these are written in a manner that is inspired by the comics code, essentially. Like it's officially no longer around, but my stuff is going to be written where I pretty much hold to the standards. Evan, go out with that. Of the comic book code, where I'm trying to write them in such a way that's traditional, and to write them in a way, yeah, all ages, but not so much where it's like cheesy. And it's like I'm still, I'm definitely more of a visual person than I am a script person. I mean, like when I looked at it, it's even pretty light, and that's something I'll have to work on. But for me, I'm like I'm gonna be 33 here, and like I've been sitting on this forever, and it's like I can't wait for it to be perfect anymore. I can't make excuses and not put my book out. I need to just continue to create. I mean, if even you look back at anything in the beginning, it always starts off as crude and then it gets better. You look at like your original Batman and Superman. Violet wants to show you all this picture. Oh yeah, art definitely drives the book, but it's like I know for me, I have work to do in the art department as well, but but it's like I can't not put out books because I need to continue to learn to draw, like so I'm just not worrying about it. I'm trying to do the best to put out what I can put out, and just you'll see growth with the character and the story visually and everything else. So. I'm just tired of not putting anything out based upon the fear of perfection, so. But yeah, and also like the pages will be one of the tiers too. You all can, and all my stuff is on the boards. It's actually I did them on smaller comic boards because everything I use Prismacolors and just ink and color everything right on the board. So it's all completed original art rather than scans or just black and white. So it's like 100% finished page. It's on the smaller side because you know, the size of the actual comic board as opposed to like the huge ones which they typically use. But still, it's a completed piece of art. So, but I might move to that in the future. But for this also too, the group who helped me do it was called 100 Days of Comics. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's definitely something that concerns me, you know, because people can be pretty cruel online, but I just have to do it. So what's up?
Can you do this as one of your things to give away?
No, you can give that away on your own stuff though.
Mom, Dad.
You can have your own stuff you want to do. But the group's called 100 Days of Comics. So you work, hold on, Evan. You work on your book for 100 days straight for at least 30 minutes a day. And
Alright, I got stung by a bee.
I'll have it to buy, and then after a while I'll read it, just because, you know, that's what I have to do. It's not be free right away, but yeah. Eventually I'll do a reading of it on the channel. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I want to wait
I got stung by a bee.
a month after it comes out to read it or not. But you'll see it in some capacity on here, but there definitely needs to be a length between it and when the book comes out. So, and Evan, is my portfolio over there? I don't even remember where I put it.
What?
With my pages. But I am working on like doing the video for it and stuff too. So, but it might even be as soon as Evan, turn that fan off, please.
Is it a black book?
Yeah, it's a black book. I don't think it's over there though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it is. It's down here.
No, not that one, buddy. That's something else. Don't worry about it.
Dad, when am I going to get my own YouTube channel? Plus, I don't even know.
I don't know, Violet.
I don't even know how to spell anything else except my name.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's definitely a challenge. Even, you know, my stuff is, like I said, it's not as polished as others, but I can appreciate and understand what people go through when they create, you know? Yeah, and I found myself, too, I had to stretch it out amongst 100 days. Personally, like, if I'm working on it myself, I probably could have done it in about 50. But also, too, I wasn't working on the huge board, so that could have been part of it. Because, you know, penciling took like, coloring with colored pencil, that took a long time, you know. So that was an added part of the process. But I'm going to be working on getting
I'm going to get my own
a tablet and stuff.
channel.
Eventually, Violet.
I want to get to Jaden.
But eventually, well, then just go out.
Okay. Can I?
No, just, if you're going to go out, go out. Like,
You.
but yeah, so I'm working on getting stuff to make other things too. But I want to still be able to have original art and things like that. But you know, it's just all part of it. You want your stuff to be as polished as possible, you know. But the first little bit is definitely going to be, you know, your standard floppy put together book. You know, it's gonna be 20 pages. Yeah, well, the book's already in the can. It's literally done. But no, I was kidding, Violet. the book's already done, so the first one's done. But two, I don't want to go away too much as well. But I'll probably do a few pages from it. It's hard too because whenever I'm doing it with the camera over my shoulder, I need like better lighting on it and stuff. Because I remember when I did, I think it was the second page I did on the channel for you all, where I was inking it, and I found that harder to do than I thought I would because of the lighting situation and stuff. So, but I definitely can't do it straight from a blank sheet because it's hard for me to immediately compose it with just, you know, pencil and a paper. So, but I mean, I think it'll get easier over time. But I don't be wanting right now. Go out if you're gonna be. No one wants to hear that on the stream right now. Evan? Yeah, just hold on, Evan. I have like 5 minutes, okay? No, this one I'm just putting it out for myself here. Like it's literally just self-published, and I'm gonna be really good with what I can put out. I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna meet whatever orders are met from the Indiegogo campaign. But initially, I was just going to buy a certain number of them and sell them on my online thing. But the climate for Indiegogo and all that stuff is so huge right now with what's going on. I figured I would, throw my hat into the ring and, see what happens with it. So, favorite DC or Marvel character? Oh, my favorite, and I'll pull it from the wall right here. This toy right here is the reason why Captain America beats Batman for me for my favorite superhero. Like, they're literally this close. But because I got this toy for Christmas in 1990, it was my first action figure that I ever got. So, hold on. Can you just go over there? I'm almost done. Go over there. I'm almost done, please.
He also got the first generation Spawn toy.
Yeah, we found the Spawn at the Comic-Con. But because of this toy, literally, this started me collecting everything. Don't do that. Can you please wait for it, please? It's almost done.
When it's done, can you bring us down to Jaden?
Just hold on, please. But, so this toy literally started me collecting everything. And I used to have every single issue of Captain America from 1970 to now.
You can look at it.
Hold on, can you please hold on? Before everything happened, I literally had everything from 1970 to now. I have actually read every single Captain America comic ever. So I am like a super fan for Captain America. So I haven't read everything of Batman, but the fact that I had the stuff all the way from the 70s and all that, and I'm trying to remember the first issue that I ever had of Captain America was the issue where he fights the ice worm. It was, I think it came out like 1988 or 89 or something. And I remember there's like a splash page drawn by Ron Lim of him on like a treadmill. Like, I very vividly remember that. So between this toy and that cover, he's like riding an ice worm. I think Iceman's on the cover too. I can't remember. But it's a blue background, and I know there's a giant ice worm and caps on it. And that was like my first official comic. And then I was relegated. My mom was really protective of the stuff that I was able to purchase. And she would literally censor all my comics, like scribble over guns. She'd put shirts on people who were shirtless. She drew shorts on the Silver Surfer. And if a whole page was offensive, she would staple a black sheet of construction paper around the whole thing. So she was very protective of me. So because of that, the only books I could buy, and it was even later because there was a period where even like Batman was banned from my house because of Mark, are you saying your favorite hero is either Green Lantern or Aquaman, or are you asking me to choose between them? I would choose Green Lantern over Aquaman. I like the Hal Jordan Green Lantern a lot, so. But I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that, oh, nice. The interactions, there were more interactions I felt between Green Lantern and Superman than there were with Aquaman when I was reading it in the 90s, so. I know all the stuff with like Coast City and all that. Yeah, all the Jeff Johns stuff is amazing. And they had the Blackest Night trade at half price. I almost got it. I think it was like $7 or something, but didn't end up getting that one. I got a few others that I felt would fly off the shelf because they were just, I felt they were more. They were rarer than that one, so that's why I picked up what I picked up. But you'll see that on my Saturday video. Alright, what else? Yeah, for me, the soft spot for me was really the 90s. Oh, thanks so much, Mango Vet. I always appreciate all of you guys and the support, the comments you leave, and all that good stuff. As always, make sure to share the channel around, tell other people about it. We want to grow it. Like I said, once we hit 500, I want to do that giveaway for that Clayton Crane signed poster. And then once we get to 1,000, I have like 7 books that I got signed at the previous cons that will be for a giveaway for you guys. Just hold on, Evan. So yeah, just and continue to leave feedback. Let me know what you enjoy, what characters, what books you want to see read, and just let me know because I'm making this stuff for you. So this puts us at an hour. So I'm gonna call it a night. You all have a good night. And yeah, just tell more people about it. Let's grow the channel. And I can't do it without your help. Thanks so much for your support. Have a good night. Or if you're watching this later, have a good day. Bye.